And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Winning Edge Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Patrick, and today I'm joined by Aiden. Aiden, welcome back.
I'm back. And we're in studio as well.
Yes, we are.
I wasn't in the studio last week, but yes, I am back.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you back. So this week we will talk a bit about everything: footy, basketball, world of sport, but also the Olympics, which at the time of this recording is starting tonight.
Yeah, like in 7 hours, I think. Maybe
Yeah,
more. I don't know.
I mean, the opening ceremony is at 3:30 in the morning. So,
True.
all right, let's get started with today's episode and talk about the world of sports. So, round 19 in the AFL season.
The pointy end.
Yes, we're already at round 19. Can you believe that?
No. This whole year's gone fast in general.
It really has. All right, round 19 kicked off at Marvel Stadium with Essendon taking on Adelaide, where Adelaide took a 2-point thriller in a nail-biting finish in the final minute. Zach Merritt for the Bombers finished the game with 30 disposals, while Rory Laird finished with 29 for the Crows. Ben Keys finished with 5 goals for Adelaide, and Cox had 3 for Essendon, but I feel like the talk for the goals was Rochelle, 3 goals, including the game winner in the final match.
The bounce back.
Yeah, I believe it was like 32 seconds left when he kicked that goal to put the Crows in front. Nonetheless, so Ben Keys, probably in my opinion, best on ground. He finished with 5 goals, 22 disposals, 16 kicks, 6 handballs, 2 marks, 8 tackles, 12 scoring involvements, and 5 clearances for the game.
I mean, you would say he's the key to the game.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, no, that's actually fair. Ben Keys was the key to Adelaide's...
Dad jokes, anyway. That's moving on.
Anyway, I feel like the question now is what happens to Essendon? Will they drop... They've now dropped to 8th.
Mhm.
They're just inside the 8 at the moment, as I've just said. But the main topic of discussion is, will Essendon make it?
I think they still will. I think they've got at least enough resilience, hopefully, to bounce back. They made some changes this week that should help them. I think playing 2 ruckmen doesn't help their team. I think it's going to be. I think expect them to win later in the predictions.
It'll be tough for them. I mean, their final matches for the year is St Kilda, Fremantle, Gold Coast, Sydney, and Brisbane.
Got to win 3 out of the 5, I reckon. And 3 out of the 5, I would say, would be St Kilda, Fremantle, and Gold Coast.
So the first 3 out. Yep. All right, that's fair. Saturday had the GWS Giants take a 39-point win over Gold Coast in a 13-point... No, sorry. Reading the wrong thing there.
I was going to say, I don't think that's right. I read this sheet and it's...
Let me rephrase that. Saturday had the GWS Giants take a 39-point win over the Gold Coast Suns.
Yeah, I was saying, I don't think the 13 point... I don't remember that. It wasn't that close, but...
Wrong script there that we started to read.
I'm trying to read what you were reading, to be honest, but anyway.
Anyway, both teams had one player with 40-plus disposals. Flanders for the Suns finished with 43 and led the game. And Whitfield for the Giants had 40. Jesse Hogan with 4 goals stays in Coleman medal contention. While Lucusis had 2 goals as well. Whitfield, you could probably say, was also best on ground. 40 disposals, 21 kicks, 19 handballs, 10 marks, 5 tackles, 4 scoring involvements, and 2 clearances for the game.
I mean, unless you can do maths now. You did 21 kicks and 19 handballs, so that does add up to 40. So you can do maths. That's not that's your strong suit this morning. It's not reading your scripts, but...
No, it's all...
But I think Hogan's turned his career around. From going from... when Fremantle didn't want him, and then Melbourne didn't want him as well. He's turned his form right around.
Yeah, he's probably playing his best football he has in his entire career.
Couldn't agree more. But it's just, yeah.
the question again for Gold Coast is, are they out of finals contention now?
Yeah.
They've dropped down to 12th.
Well, they are. They can't win away from home, and if they want to make finals, you've got to win away from
Yeah.
home. And then the percentage I'm looking at it now is
Well, they're still undefeated at home, aren't they?
yeah, but there's only 9 games at home and then 9 games away. So
Well, they got Brisbane at home this week.
that's what I mean. But then again, Brisbane are in form, so
Yeah. So
I won't count Brisbane as a home game because against Brisbane because they're literally down the court. Well,
I reckon Gold Coast could make it. They got somewhat of an easy run home. They got Brisbane, West Coast, Essendon, Melbourne, and Richmond.
they've got to beat Brisbane. They should beat West Coast. Well, I said Essendon would win that one, didn't I? So
Yeah.
and then if they beat Melbourne, then they can probably make it. Because I'm gonna give them a win against Richmond, even though I don't like saying that. But then again, it would be at the MCG, so who knows? They might not.
It'll be tough finish, but it'll be close.
They've got to win this week. If they want to make finals, they have to win this week, or it's season over.
St Kilda dominate West Coast in a 72-point 113 to 41 point victory. Hunt had 35 disposals for the Eagles, while Steele and Sinclair both had 31 for the Saints. Membry had 5 goals and was probably best on ground. 5 goals, 23 disposals, 10 marks, 7 tackles, 10 scoring involvements.
Probably one of his better games as well as an individual.
There's not really much else to say about that game or either
Shane
team.
Hunt looks good, I guess, but
Yeah. Moving on, because there's not much else we can talk about that game.
Talk about a lot, but we can
Yeah, this is probably a bit of an interesting, probably the most interesting topic of discussion today, or for the podcast today, is Hawthorn with a 66.133 to 67 victory over the Collingwood Magpies, the reigning premiers as well. Jack Ginnivan had 31 disposals against his old club, while the Hawks dominated the ball with the top 8 disposal getters, all being Hawthorn players.
you said the Hawks dominated Pies, man. You said Hawks here.
Yeah, Hawks.
Good, just making sure. I was like, I didn't mishear. No, that's fine. I was like, did I mishear you or did I just? No, sorry, everyone at home, but yeah, I thought I misheard Pat saying the Pies, and I'm like, hang on.
And then Nick Dacos had 24 disposals for Collingwood. McDonald and Bruce both had 4 goals for the Hawks, and Sidebottom had 2 for Collingwood.
Small forwards for Hawthorn that game. More Bruce,
Yeah.
Watson. They're all just
Yeah.
domesticated fleet. They're looking kind of like Richmond 2017 when they had all those small forwards, and Jacko was the main forward, but you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's looking good, and of course Jack Ginnivan got 2 goals as well. So
Yeah, so Jack Ginnivan, I would probably have to say best on ground.
without a doubt.
Yeah. 2 goals, 31 disposals, 5 marks, 6 tackles, 11 score involvements, 4 clearances, and a goodbye
Collingwood.
sleeping
Yes,
sleeping
people can see
celebration to the Collingwood cheer squad.
It also gives Hawthorn a big
Yeah.
percentage booster because I think they were like 94, 95 before around, and now they're 100. So they're hitting some steam.
A Collingwood out of finals contention, do you reckon they're, Aiden?
I do. Look, they'll beat Richmond. They'll probably lose to Carlton. Sydney,
Well, I hope so.
Depending on who's back for Sydney will beat them. I can't see them being Brisbane on the form that Brisbane's in at the moment. And then Melbourne, they've got to win at least 3. Oh, actually, was it 3 or 4? They've got to win at least 4 more, and it's gonna be tough.
I don't reckon that's going to happen.
No.
You got
Look,
3 top 4.
Sorry. Yeah, they're going to percentage boost this weekend. Well, you would hope so. But
Yeah.
again, we've been playing okay, Richmond. Like, we haven't played 4 quarters, but we've been playing decent. But Collingwood should smash us. Like, if
Well,
they don't
you would
smash us,
think so, but
you would hope so. For Collingwood fans, you would hope Collingwood smash Richmond. But
yeah, at least give them a little bit of a hope.
yeah,
It'll be tough. Before last week,
Mm-hmm.
I did say it would come down to that final game. Pardon me. I did say that it would come down to that final game against Melbourne. Winner goes in, loser goes out. But now with you just saying
I
that...
don't think both will make it now.
No, it'll be tough for both, and especially more for Collingwood, where they need to win at least 4 of their last 5 games.
Well,
and
basically 6 to maybe in 5th we want to count Giants. We can go 5th to 10th. It's 11th Hawthorn. It's wide open. Oh, Collingwood's 13th as well. Crap. I'm gonna rule out Collingwood and Gold Coast. It's up to Hawthorn and Geelong with that range of teams.
Yep.
For the top 8.
How about Hawthorn?
Yeah, top 8 for me. I think I said this 2 weeks ago. Now Zoom podcast that I thought they're looking good. Like if they didn't lose to Port Adelaide after being up by so much, I think they would be in the top 4 right now. Yes, they would be in the top 4 right now if they didn't lose that game to Port, and Port would have been in the top 4, 8. Sorry, top 8.
Yeah, same as Essendon, they would have been top 2.
You know what I meant? Top 8 people, not top 4. Hawthorn wouldn't be in the top 4, but yes. Sorry.
Moving on.
Yep.
Dogs go back to back with a 47-point win over the Cats, 95-48 down in Geelong.
That was a surprise for me that they got that big of a win in Geelong.
Yeah.
Like Geelong have made that. Like I know they've been beaten at recent time in Geelong, but it's hard to win in Geelong most of the time when you go down. It's narrow ground. Geelong train on it every week. They're used to the ground. But
they just weren't used to those
they just didn't wake up
conditions. Geelong just weren't used to the playing conditions of the ground.
Yeah, which is strange.
So Adam Treloar led the game with 31 disposals for the Dogs, while Tom Stewart had 26 for the Cats. Ugle-Hagan had has back-to-back 4 goals in a game for the Dogs. Treloar, probably would you say best on ground?
Yeah.
With his stats.
He had 3 goals.
3 goals, 31 disposals, 6 marks, 8 tackles, 9 score involvements, and 6 clearances for the Dogs.
Yeah.
Can Western Bulldogs make the top 8?
If they beat Sydney this week, I'll say yes. They got an easy run home.
They got an easy run home, but I doubt they're going to beat Sydney. They got Melbourne, Melbourne, Adelaide, North Melbourne, and the Giants.
Well, they're all danger games because they lost to who was it last year? West Coast at the end of the season. So they could lose to. I don't think they'll lose to North, but North have been playing better, so they could lose to North. They got I'll give them the win against Melbourne and the Crows because Melbourne don't actually. Max Gorney's back. They've got to win at least 3. I'm really excited if winning 3 of them and they'll win. But before we continue, the common theme for the losing team is the halfbacks are getting the most disposals because the ball is going in the inside 50. If you've noticed, you got Stewart this game. You had Dacos, who kind of plays halfback midfield, and then you had Sinclair and Hunt. Junior Hunt from West Coast is like a halfback wing kind of role. All the winning disposals are all halfbacks or on the wing.
Yeah.
So wait till we continue this trend after this, but anyway.
Yeah. It'll be tough. We'll come back next week and probably see. It'll probably be a lot different, and a lot of these discussions won't even be discussions anymore. Moving on. Port took a 41-point 116-75 victory over Richmond. Not really surprised with that, are you?
No. I was just surprised we were competitive for 3 quarters.
Yeah. Ollie Wines had 32 disposals for Port Adelaide, while Daniel Rioli had 28 for Richmond.
And where does he play, Mr. Pat?
Sorry?
Where does he play on the field? Halfback, wing, runner.
Dubious, I wouldn't even be able to tell you.
It's a halfback and wing. They're all getting their touches off the halfback and on the wing.
All right. Ben Dixon had 4 goals for Port Adelaide.
Did you say Ben Dixon?
Charlie Dixon.
Ben Dixon. Shout out Ben Dixon, but yes.
Get him on the pod. Charlie Dixon, I should say.
I was like, Ben Dixon, huh?
Had 4 goals for Port Adelaide.
Yep.
And Mansell had 3 for the Tigers. Ollie Wines probably best on ground. 32 disposals, 17 kicks, 11 handballs, 5 marks, 4 tackles, 4 score involvements, and 1 clearance for the game. Are they still a chance, Port?
Well, they are in the top 8 at the moment, but That's a tough run
We
home.
still got 5 rounds to go.
That's a tough run home. 5 rounds. We've got Carlton, which set in Melbourne. Or no,
Carlton tonight at Marvel.
yes, I knew that. Sorry, guys. I don't 100% knew that. Sydney. That's going to be tough. Melbourne on a good day with Max Gordon healthy. It's tough.
Well,
The
Gorn
showdowns
is
are
back.
always, yeah.
Gorn's back this week.
Adelaide showdowns are always good. Adelaide, I think, 1-1 earlier in the year, if I'm correct. I'm pretty sure they did. And then Freo have looked good as well as late. So I think they slip. I think I can see Hawthorn making the 8 over Port Adelaide. That's my take on that.
Where are they now? Port is
7th.
currently 7th.
They need to win at least 3 again, like 2 to 3 at least. Make it.
Yeah.
They win tonight. I'll pencil them in as a top 8. But
Well, a win tonight will put Port Adelaide just under Carlton.
yes, but then there's a
It'll
whole
put them
bunch
up
of
in
other
third.
games.
Depending
go.
on percentage, I doubt Port's going to get 0.8% tonight.
Never say never.
True. But
But it's very unlikely.
yeah,
it's very unlikely.
a win tonight will put them in the top 4.
Well, they'll be equal top 4 with a whole bunch of other teams. Pretty much.
Yeah. But yeah, they finished off their season with Carlton, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Fremantle.
Yeah.
It'll be tough-ish.
So you just got to keep winning what's in front of them.
Yeah. Brisbane, however, then took a thrilling 2-point victory over the ladder leader Swans,
I did see
79-77.
So
Did you tip that?
I did tip that, but I was at work at the time, and I remember like we were all in the back room, just chilling at the back room, and then no one left the back room for ages.
Yeah.
Like, because it was just a close game. Like, it was.
That was like me at work. We were all on our break when that fourth quarter was on, and we were probably all a bit late back to work. Half of us had tipped Sydney, half of us had tipped Brisbane in our footy tipping contest. So, no, it was definitely a very nail-biting, again, another nail-biting finish this round. Zorko had 29 disposals for the Lions, and Errol Gordon had 27 for the Swans. McCluggage and Danaher both had 3 goals for the Lions, and Hayward had 2 for the Swans.
There's not much to write about. Sydney still.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about them. They've got
No, Sydney, and I said this last week, Sydney are locked in for
top 8
finals.
Yes. Top
I would
4.
even say they're locked in for minor premiers. Minus the loss.
I mean, your boys can still chase them.
I hope so. I would love that. But I don't know, like you have a look now. We're 2 games behind Sydney currently on the ladder.
Yeah, but a win tonight won't change it at all. Like,
True, a win tonight, and then we got Collingwood next week.
I mean, Swans have the Dogs at home, so they realistically should beat the Dogs. And then
Oh yeah, I don't see
And then they
Sydney.
have put out late.
Yeah,
I
I just
mean-
don't see Sydney dropping down from first.
What you eat your words and they dropped from first. But the Blues should reach top 4 in my opinion. They've got the Port. If they win tonight, yes, and then if
Well,
Collingwood
we'll get down to Carlton's final games.
Hmm.
In a little while when we get down to that
yes.
game.
Sorry, I was getting the wrong game. Yes, sorry everyone. But I mean, the Swans should realistically be top 4.
Yeah.
That little run
So
home-
can Brisbane. Brisbane can, after a rough start to the season, can finish top 4 and even make a possible top 2 finish.
Yeah, I'm looking at that fixture. They've got Suns, St Kilda. The only one I can see hard would be the Essendon game. Like, I don't think Gold Coast is
No, I wouldn't say the Essendon game's hard. Depends where it is. Is it here or is it up there?
I think it's here. Let me look.
If it's up here, if it's down here,
Up here.
it's something different
Yeah.
because it'll be
Yeah,
at
it's in
Marvel.
Gabba. It's at the Gabba,
Yeah, right.
that we know. And then Brisbane play Collingwood at the G, but I feel the way that Brisbane's playing, I don't think any way Collingwood's playing, Brisbane should smack on. That's what I'm just going off. Like
Yeah.
Brisbane, you know that game when Brisbane smashed Port Adelaide?
Yeah.
That's what I expect to happen when Brisbane plays Collingwood.
Yeah.
That's my hot take in 3 weeks.
Moving on, Fremantle had a huge 50-point victory, 116-66 over the Melbourne Demons. Brayshaw, 41 disposals for Fremantle. Stephen May had 28 for the Demons.
28 kick-ins. Woohoo! No, I'm kidding. Stephen May, don't come at me.
Walters had 4 goals for Fremantle, and Van Rooyen had 2 for the Melbourne Demons.
And Jai missed, I think.
I don't know why I keep saying Melbourne Demons and saying the full name. He had 2 goals for the D's.
Yep.
Sarong, when I was having a look at his stats, probably say best on ground.
Best on ground, even though Brayshaw had 41 disposals.
Yeah, well, you just have a look at the
I don't know.
stats here. 1 goal, 36 disposals, 14 kicks, 22 handballs, 4 marks, 5 tackles, 8 score involvements, and 7 clearances.
I mean, stats don't lie then. But see, when I think about 1 goal, I had 3 disposals to 1 goal. So every time someone says, "Oh, this player had 20 disposals and 3 goals," I think, "Oh, that's a great game because he had 3 goals and he had involvement,
Yeah,
I had 3.
it was tough, but and one thing that I should always say to our listeners is each week I go through and try and pick out who I think is best on ground.
Yep.
And
Well,
looking
that's
at
what we're
looking at the stats, I believe that Sarong was the best on ground. Even with Brayshaw having 41 disposals.
You know what? Next year when we record from the start of round 1, we can have a Pat Fry leaderboard of MVP of the game.
Yeah, we'll go through and do my Brownlow predictions from
Oh, so you're going
from round 1.
I was going to say, I thought you were just going to do an MVP, of the Winning Edge podcast MVP.
Yeah, and the winner of that gets to come on the pod next year.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on. Fremantle, could they finish top 4?
Well, realistically, they should whack West Coast after West Coast whacked them early in the year.
Yeah. Bombers.
The Bombers, I think it's going to be closer than most people, depending where he is. I don't actually know where he is. I haven't looked. But if it's at Marvel, which I'm looking now, as we speak, sorry guys, hold on, bear with me. If it's at Marvel, I don't think, actually, yeah, they're playing at home this week. Right.
That will be down here because Essendon don't leave Melbourne.
No, they're playing at the they're playing at the Cheeto. They're not playing at Marvel.
Yeah, all right. Because I know Essendon don't leave to stay until round 23.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we talked about that. I think Fremantle can beat the Bombers. That's the matchup that they need to win. If they're playing Port at home, I think we said that they were. From memory, I don't remember.
West Coast win. Essendon...
Maybe. I'm on...
No.
Geelong, yes.
Geelong win. Giants win. Port.
Giants depending where, Port depending where. I haven't... We'll get down to path later on that.
2 of those wins I feel like would lock them in for top 4.
Well, the West Coast one, percentage-wise, should lock them in the top 4. If they can get off the ground and get a 10-goal plus win.
You also do have to remember, Port Adelaide did have a draw earlier in the year.
Yes.
So they're behind by half a point.
Didn't Port and Freo draw with each other? Was it?
Was it Port and Freo?
I think it's Port Freo. I don't remember. Oh, no, sorry. Freo and Collingwood drew. No. Port drew with, I don't remember who they drew with. I know Freo drew with Collingwood.
Brisbane? I can't remember.
I can't remember. We'll touch on it.
Fremantle drew, and they're only just in the top 4 by half a point.
Well, there was, what was it? Freo West End were out of the top 8 completely. Well, not completely, but they were a fringe team. Now they're back in the top 4. They're such a yo-yo.
I reckon they're able to do it.
Yeah.
We'll go through next week and
they're just a yo-yo
go
team.
through where we reckon the ladder will finish at the end of the year. We might do our own ladder predictions next week.
Yeah. Top 8 predictions.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Carlton took on North finally got another win after 2 weeks where, in my opinion, they should have been wins for Carlton.
Well, they only lost this one.
They did, but
Look, I don't know if this looked better, but that game looked very slow from the start from the Blues.
oh, it was a very slow game. I was there, and it was
It's a typical Sunday twilight game. It's like such a slow paced game, and then I think third quarter it always picks up, but in the first half it's always dead. I mean, Shizzle 55 disposals, Chris with 29. Your boy Kerner kicked 4 goals. Yep.
4 goals.
And Paul Curtis with 3 for a roost.
Pushing for a 3P in the Coleman.
Well, Kerner and Mackay, I think, have won the last 4 Commons combined. So,
Yeah.
but
Last
I
3.
think people forget Mackay won a Coleman.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Mackay is, I think, 2 goals out of the top 3 for the Coleman race. And his goal kicking really has improved a lot this
Well, that's
year.
what I mean. It's not as you're not putting your head down when you know he's kicking for goal as a Carlton fan anymore, because you're like, he's got confidence to kick the ball. I think last year your head would be down as soon as he got the ball inside 50 and be like, well, it's not going in.
No comment.
Can't confirm or deny the statement, can you?
Yeah. Anyway, Kerno had the 4 goals for Carlton, pushing his lead to the Coleman medal race up by 4, I think, at this stage.
Yeah.
We do have it written down here somewhere. Yeah, he's up by 4, 53 to 49. Hopefully he can get a 3-peat in the Coleman.
I don't know.
Only time will tell. Curtis had 3 goals for the Roos. Minus a loss, would you say Cheezel was best on ground?
I mean, 35 disposals,
2 goals,
7 marks, 4 tackles.
5 score involvements, 3 clearances.
The kicking play, I think, at least with him, he's got the help around him. He's got Chai Simpkin, what's his name, Luke Davis, Hunyh when he's healthy. Like, Dacos has support, but I think Shizzle can hold his own without the support. Dacos kind of needs the support to go with him to get the ball, and that's why I think Shizzle's a better team player than Dacos in terms of output. And I don't care if Colin fans come at me. That's my take, and that's what I'm thinking. Because Shizzle, at least, well, he's still had 55 in a loss. Dacos had 24, got tagged, couldn't reach the tag. At least with Shizzle, you know he probably won't actually be the first one to tag.
One thing that we should mention, and one thing that I was very impressed about, and I said this to one of my co-workers yesterday, that's North Melbourne supporter.
Mm-hmm.
North Melbourne, they're not playing for anything.
No.
But it was really good to see them, not from a Carlton fan's perspective, but from a football fan.
Yeah.
It was, pardon me.
It was competitive.
It was good to actually see North Melbourne still have a bit of fight.
Well, they can shake some teams up. They've got Geelong this week. I know they're playing in Hobart. Geelong could lose in North. I honestly think they could lose in North in Hobart. I don't think they will, but it's a danger game.
Yeah.
And then they've got, because we don't actually, they've got Richmond. They'll beat Richmond. Well, if they go for the number 1 pick, they'll beat Richmond. I mean, they won't beat Richmond. Then they have the Eagles. So they could end the season with like 4 wins or 5. Then they've got the Dogs, which is a
if they play like they did last week against Carlton,
they could win one of the last
they
5.
could win. I wouldn't say all 5, but they could win a good couple. And the lights have just gone back out. It's like a regular thing now.
Hi everyone, welcome to our. Move your hand around. There you go.
Oh, yeah.
It's fine.
It's like
You know what? We can keep this going. It's fine. The podcast can have the lights go out. Oh no! And then
We just need to have these lights back on.
you know what? It's the outage. It's the Windows outage last week or whatever it was. And everything stopped
the
working.
Microsoft.
Yeah.
Our Microsoft outage is coming a little bit late.
It's fine. But no,
Let's talk about
got a
Carlton
good run.
here, and it's not because I'm a good Blues fan.
No.
Can they finish top 4 for the first time in 24 years?
Well, like I told you, they've got to beat Port tonight, like to start that. Like I think realistically they should win all 5 of the last remaining 5. But I'm not. I reckon the Hawks can beat them. I'm going to Hawks that win.
Hawks will be they'll
They'll win
tough.
4 out of 5. They'll lose to Hawks.
Yeah. I said this a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even
I'm not
last
even a
week.
Hawthorn fan too, and people think I'm going to think I'm a Hawthorn fan.
Yeah.
But no.
I'm actually, for the last couple of years, I've always said Hawthorn
They're fun to
will
watch.
be up there.
They're fun
They're
to watch.
surprising me this year, but that's only because I had Hawthorn finishing maybe around about 12th, 11th, maybe.
Well, they're probably like the Blues in 2013 when they made that final elimination run. They're peaking at the right
Yeah, well,
time.
that was by
And because of it,
a
drug scandal.
in football club related incident.
We can say the word. It's
All right.
fine.
It was because Essendon took drugs.
There you go. There's a Carlton fan losing. But no, I'm going like okay.
Hey, we did win an elimination final against none other than Richmond that year.
Yeah,
So
that was Alpha Student final as well. So you guys had played finals in 2011 and 12. 2011 at least. So you guys had more experience, but it's fine.
yeah,
Why are we talking about Why are we talking about 10 years ago? Jeez, that 10 years ago. Jeez, that feels like a long time.
11.
Well, yeah, 10, 11 years, but you know what I mean. Like
It's been nearly 10 years since Richmond's first premiership in the dynasty.
3 more years.
Wow.
Jeez, that's gone. So
Feeling old?
I feel old because that's an anniversary for someone else, but that's a different case.
Anyway, we're getting off track here.
We are.
Carlton could. I would say Carlton can finish top 4, and that's not me being biased.
You're already what, second?
We're second, and we're second by half a game.
Yeah.
Because of Melbourne and
Well, if you win
because
the
of
next 4 out of 5, you should realistically be in the top 4. Like,
yeah.
It's only if you drop 2 games and then you're screwed. I was going to say the F word, but then I realised that it's a kid.
I would say this would be. I would say Carlton can make
beat
it
Port
back.
tonight,
Yeah.
and you're locked in top 4.
Yeah.
That's my take on it. If you beat Port tonight, top 4 is locked. I think I said that before when we were talking
Yeah,
about it when I went early. But yeah, and I looked at North's fixture. They can honestly finish with 5 in a row. Like they're playing Hawthorn in Tassie, which if they're playing the way they can beat Hawthorn.
No, they won't.
Well, no,
Hawthorn in Tassie as well.
yeah, but I'm not Hawthorn. I'm just saying if they're competitive like they were against Carlton, they can beat Hawthorn. They can beat Geelong and Hobart if they play like that as well. But who knows?
All right.
Like watch them lose already this weekend. I'll be like, that's a crap take.
Footy tips for this week.
Yes, let's go. You know what? I'm not into them on my phone while we talk. So.
Starting this week,
Sorry.
Carlton. Or starting tonight, I should say, not this week.
Yes.
Carlton vs Port tonight.
Well, by the time this is uploaded, the game would have probably already finished. So I'm gonna go.
Depending
Blues.
whether we can get it up today or not.
Yes, I'm gonna go Blues by 4 goals.
Yeah, all right.
I'm
I
gonna
might actually
big
do the
margin.
same.
Yeah,
Let's,
pardon us being on our phones, but we are doing our tips while we talk for them.
Yeah, we are doing this for the sake of the podcast.
And for ourselves. So that we remember to tip.
Hey, this is for me. This is for me to get top 10 in our footy com.
Geelong versus North.
Geelong.
In Hobart. Geelong, but I'm not convinced to say Geelong, if that makes sense.
Wait, how much did you put Carlton by?
4 goals. I think it's going to be a smashing.
I'll
I
say
put like 4 goals on the
Carlton.
dot. I didn't do like 4 goals.
I'll say
each.
Carlton by 3.
Like I said, Geelong, but I'm not convinced Geelong will win.
Gold Coast, Brisbane.
Brisbane. I know it's in Gold Coast, it's at home, but we talked about the Queensland thing. It's not really home.
True.
It's not like they've got to travel far.
St Kilda, Essendon tomorrow at Marvel. I also think that's St Kilda's retro round.
I believe
I should be wrong. I'm going to go Essendon for that one.
Essendon with no confidence as well. But the strange thing about these last 2 games are they're both playing at twilight times. Like, it's such a strange spot.
Yeah, a lot of the times lately have been twilight, like 4:35 games.
Yeah.
Essendon versus Melbourne. Oh, no, not Essendon. Melbourne versus GWS at the G.
GW is just, but not by much.
Yeah.
I think Melbourne will bounce back this week. After 2 crap weeks in a row. Well, I think 2 craps. It might be 1 crap week in a row, but
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go Giants. I'll go Giants by maybe 5 goals.
5 goals.
5 goals, 6
confidence
goals.
with That one.
Melbourne, they're not real. I mean, yeah,
Not
they
real.
got Max goal. They got Max gone back this week, but I know Melbourne. And this could be because of injuries, because they have also lost Petrarca for the year. They're just out of form.
They're not
And
hungry
with
enough.
that, I just don't see them making the finals.
No, I don't think they're going to make finals, but I think they could easily get the chocolates
Yeah.
back in.
Western Derby, West Coast versus Fremantle at Optus.
Freo by more than 5 goals.
Oh, yeah, easy.
If they want to be taken seriously, Freo by more than 5 goals, at least.
Collingwood Richmond at the G. I'm going Collingwood for that one.
Yeah, I am too.
That should be easy
If
for them.
Collingwood don't beat us by more than 5 goals, they're not making finals.
Yep. Sydney versus Bulldogs at the SCG.
That's something interesting one. I think the Dogs are in peak form at the moment.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at the teams. No Palpy, no Ramp. Ooh. No, I'm going to go Sydney. I think Sydney's still got a good list.
Yeah.
Again, no confidence game with that tip, but Sydney should do alright.
Yeah. Nah, Sydney, I reckon it'll be somewhat close, and it's probably because of the form that Bulldogs have been in the last couple of weeks. But
Sydney need to win. They haven't won.
yeah.
They've lost 2 in a row, haven't they?
Have they?
Well, they lost.
Maybe.
They lost last week to Brisbane. I don't know. I'm going to double check them.
Adelaide versus Hawthorn. I'm going to go the underdogs and go Adelaide
He's going Adelaide.
in Adelaide.
After all my look, again, I'm not a Hawthorn fan, but I'm going Hawthorn. I think
One thing I should say, and I'm really happy by this. Last week on the pod, me and Ben went through our tips, and I said Essendon over Adelaide. And then that night, I actually, 30 seconds prior to the game commencing, I changed it from Essendon to Adelaide.
now I've got a conspiracy theory here. Are you match fixing this game? Are you telling me that you knew something
Negative.
that we didn't or no? Were you teleporting through the future?
Negative.
tell us
I
what
am
you
not match
You time
fixing.
traveler? Sorry, anyway.
Anyway, to finish off the AFL,
Discussions. Yes.
the current ladder
Mhm.
is Sydney, Carlton. This is in order.
Are we doing whole 18 or the top 14, whatever it is, that can still make finals?
I'll go top 13 because
Yeah.
Adelaide can't make finals. Anyone from 14
Well,
down won't
mathematically they
make
can
finals.
make finals, but
They need to win all of their games.
by convincing margins. Yes.
They're 2.5 games behind Collingwood,
Yes.
who are still in trouble of making finals, so they're not making it.
No,
Anyway.
Just kidding. Sorry.
Your top 4 is Sydney, Carlton, Brisbane, and Fremantle.
Mhm.
The bottom half of the 8 is GWS, Geelong, Port Adelaide, and Essendon. Bulldogs in at 9, Melbourne 10, Hawthorn 11, Gold Coast 12, and Collingwood at 13. In my opinion, those teams from maybe 5th to 13 can finish in the top 8 or can finish out of the top 8.
Wow. Simple mouse did, Pat. I'm kidding. I mean,
And then, I guess we should mention it. The teams to round out the ladder currently
the number 1
is
pick. No, I'm kidding.
Adelaide 14, St Kilda in at 15, West Coast at 16, North Melbourne and Richmond closing out the bottom of the ladder at 17 and 18.
Well, North will jump West Coast in my opinion. North will go on top
Yeah.
of them, and then West Coast.
That's for next
I'm
week's
gonna-
discussion.
I know. I'm going to call it early. I know we're going to talk about it next week, but I'll go in detail next week. But Hawthorn and... So not Collingwood and Gold Coast, I'm calling they're done.
Collingwood and Gold Coast done.
You know,
I guess we should see I reckon maybe depending on how this week goes for both teams, they're done.
well,
if-
if Gold Coast lose, yes. If Collingwood wins, well, they're going to win. It's Richmond, so they are still...
Yeah.
Depending how much they win by. If they can win by more than when they lost to... Who did they lose to last week again? Portland. If they can get those points back in percentage, then maybe.
Collingwood can go as high as I think 10th if they win,
If they
which
win
they
big,
should.
Yes. But then other teams around them will have to...
Yeah. The current Coleman medal race is Charlie Curnow at 53, JC Hogan at 49, and Ben King at 45. That's the top three.
Ben King surprised me there. At 45.
Yeah.
But again, you got to have any like strong keyboards. And then look, you're gonna hate me, but I think Hogan overtakes Kerner. With the Giants run home,
Yeah,
over
alright.
Richmond, who should kick at least if he plays the game more than 5. I think they've got West Coast at some stage. So he's gonna
Port
kick
Adelaide, Collingwood, Hawthorn, Eagles, St Kilda.
Who?
Carlton.
Yeah, so Kerner's got wait, so he's 2 go again, sorry. Hawthorn. So
Kerno, I reckon, will still make it. We will still win it. He's 4 in front now.
yeah. He's gotta kick it 4 tonight to keep it going on. He's gotta keep kicking 4 head. He's gotta
What's GWS? We don't actually.
I think they're gonna I think
While you look that up, we'll continue going on. F1 news. I'm happy with this because I'm a big F1
you
fan.
can pronounce names right, unlike Ben.
Yes.
Shout out Ben Harbin.
Oscar Piastri, a Victorian, a Melburnian, only early 20s, has won the Hungarian Grand Prix. Well, he did about 5 days ago.
His Tinder profile, like early 20s. Like, what are you going on here, Pack? Did you try to tell me something?
He's young, and he's got a bright future. That's what I am saying.
Okay, continue.
He has won the Hungarian Grand Prix, winning his first F1 race of his career. He's also the 7th different individual winner this season, and we're only about halfway through, I think. Just about the halfway.
What's the number of races that we've got up to now?
Huh?
Like which?
How many races have or been? Oh, there's been a few. I won't be able to tell you. All I know is that we got, I
How many is there in
think, one
total?
more race, and then there's this 3-week summer break.
How many of it? Do you know how many there is in total?
I wouldn't be able to tell you
Okay.
the exact number.
Come on,
There's a
Pat, I'm
lot.
expecting you to know the facts, and I can tell you how many, the percentage wise of winners. No, I'm kidding. I'll see how many.
There are
I don't think what I looked up just then helped. I think that's just made it a whole lot worse. Let's say there's okay. There's
11 more. There are 11 more races. Anyway, moving on with that. Piastri's win, some could say they did cause tension and drama at McLaren after his teammate Lando Norris at first appeared to have declined McLaren's request to let Piastri through, I should say. And then Lewis Hamilton has now reached the podium for the 200th time in his career.
I just did the maths. So it's 7 out of 10 races that have had different winners each time.
Wow. So there's already been
7%.
10 races?
10 or 11, if I can get my maths right. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Still a good number.
Yeah. Going into the Olympics with the basketball.
Yep.
I should also say, each
Look
week,
at the camera and show your jersey.
each week I say that I wear a different jersey. I'm a big jersey collector for anyone that don't know. I thought for this week, why not wear a jersey that's hanging up that is an Australian jersey representing the Olympics that commence this week, but then
This week, tonight,
tonight,
tomorrow morning.
but then also my number 8 Boomers jersey, which is Delhi, for our 8th episode.
Yeah. I actually didn't. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not going
Well, supposedly we're at our 8th
Our
episode.
8th episode, but in quotation marks, we've had.
I had a
Three or
I had a
four.
mate message me yesterday saying, "Mate, when's episode 8 coming out?" I'm like, "Oh, damn, we're already at 8." I didn't even know
Let me
myself,
suss
but
it
shout out to my mate.
No, you got to name plug him. You can't just shout him out. You got to name and.
Anyway, going on with the Olympic basketball, the Boomers concluded their pre-Olympic exhibition games
Yes.
with undefeated, I should say, with wins over Serbia, Puerto Rico, and France.
Not undefeated. We lost to USA.
But after the USA,
Yes.
the Opals also concluded their pre-Olympic exhibition games with a win over Spain and a loss over Canada. Boomers play their first game of the group stage against Spain.
Tomorrow at 7 p.m, which is Saturday, 7 p.m.
Shout out to Aiden for the time. The
Everyone's getting shit out of
Opals,
this episode.
the Opals play Nigeria in their opening Olympic matchup on Monday. 8 on what time?
That one I actually don't know on the top of my head. Sorry, everybody. I don't actually know on the top of my head. I can quickly keep talking while I find out.
All right. To close out the Olympic basketball news, Amy Atwell will replace Beck Allen in the Opal squad after she has done a hamstring injury in the pre-Olympic or pre-tournament exhibition games.
I mean, Amy Atwell can shoot, so if she can knock
Yeah.
it, like if she gets a chance and she knocks it down, she's gonna. Well, we saw her at John Kane. She was great.
Where do you see both teams finishing?
I think the Opals can finish up to silver. I don't think they got because the USL is gonna be strong, but
I reckon
I would love them to be gold, but I don't think they're gonna.
I said yesterday.
They're playing
That-
7 o'clock Monday.
I said yesterday to a mate of mine, I said it will be an Opals versus USA gold medal match.
That's if we can beat Canada in our group stage, because Canada after they beat us in the submission.
Opals. Or do
Yeah.
they also have Canada?
Yeah, they've also got
Alright.
Canada. They've got
The Boomers.
Boomers. I want to say bronze. I'll be happy if we can get over the group stage with the pool we've got. Like they've looked better the last few
Yeah.
games, but Dante being a bit hurt does hurt. Like he's gonna play,
Yep.
but at what percentage? But yeah,
I would hope to say it is a USA
Boom.
Canada gold medal match.
Yep.
Boomers versus Germany bronze.
Nah, I'm gonna go all aboard. South Sudan's gonna beat the USA this time in the Olympic match. And then, well, they nearly did.
Yeah,
I'm honest.
they nearly did.
I know Pakistan
the-
laughing at South Sudan themselves.
Yeah.
Laughing at the fact that the Paul Pierce or whatever his name is went off and
Yes.
said they were going to lose by 30. But
Paul Pierce, be like us, do your research. South Sudan do have players over 6'3".
yes, if anything, all their players are over 6'3" if anything. But anyway.
Yeah. Going to the actual Olympics, at the time of this recording, the opening ceremony kicks off tonight.
Yes.
So
Tonight,
Friday
morning,
night going into Saturday morning at 3 o'clock or 3:30 o'clock in the morning.
I will confirm I will not be staying up for it. So
I won't be as well.
I'll watch the replay in the morning.
Yeah, we'll go on YouTube tomorrow morning and we'll watch the replay of the opening ceremony. The Olympics have also kind of somewhat kicked off.
Yes.
Our rugby sevens started off 4-0. 3 victories in their group stage against Samoa, Kenya, and Argentina. And then overnight just won their quarterfinal matchup against the USA 18-0. The Matildas also lost their first match of the tournament in a 3-0 loss against Germany. And the Olympic team have also... Actually, no, Aiden, you can announce this.
Well, the Matildas had their reality check to losing to Germany by 3-0. But,
Yeah.
The flag bearers for the Paris Games Tokyo gold medalist, canoe gold medalist Jess Fox, who was the biggest story of Tokyo, I reckon.
Yeah, she was... Yeah,
I wish we could get her on the show, but that's sorry, on the podcast. But
That'll
that's a
be
pipe dream, but you never know. And then
only future will tell. What time will tell.
hockey player, be personally honest, I've never heard of, but that's not me being arrogant. Eddie, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he plays.
Kendon is how we're going to pronounce it. He is a
Apologies to
five-time
Eddie if we've
yeah.
pronounced it wrong.
5-time Olympian. He is. He is
I don't know how
also
many we've got with a 5-time. So we've got
Lauren, Joe,
Paddy.
Paddy, Eddie.
the wheelchair guy. I don't know his name, but you
There's
know
a couple wheelchair, but they're in the Paralympics.
But it's in the whole,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of.
There are a lot of 5-time Olympians, and there also are a lot of first-time Olympians as well. we got a lot, especially in the basketball.
Yes.
We got,
Which we can talk about after the games, I reckon. Or
yeah, we'll talk about that.
well, we already talked about it in the squad announcement. We talked about
Yeah.
actually. Did we talk about?
We talked about who was in the squad.
Did we talk about the final 12?
Yeah.
Yeah. We already. Yeah,
we announced the
yeah.
final 12
Mhm.
because I pronounced one of the Opals players, her last name wrong.
Oh yes.
And
yes,
you
yes,
had to
yes,
correct me on
yes.
that.
Boulays, yes.
Yes.
Shout out.
Shout out Izzy.
Yep.
First time Olympian. That's
There's a lot of.
just about it, I would say. I got this though.
Mhm.
All right.
What's your last question? To leave with?
We'll save this question for Ben when he comes on as well.
Mhm.
But we have asked every single guest so far,
Mhm.
what is your motivational or inspirational quote? Aiden, I want to know what yours is.
Mine, jeez. I think I would not pan the camera down, crack down, bro. Nah, come back to me next week when Ben's here. We'll do it. We'll all go and share out.
Yeah, all right. We'll come back in a couple of weeks' time when
I've
Ben's
got
back.
2 minutes I can think of on the top of my head, but
Yep.
I don't know how to. You had to put me on the spot like that. Like, jeez, Pat, come on. Some
Well,
words
well,
would be
You know
great.
what? We'll save that for the end when Ben's back.
Yeah.
But you know,
been a good pod.
put it in a fort.
Yeah, I actually had to give it for it now because I've got too many.
Yeah.
Are you only saying this because of my Instagram stories lately? Have you been? Is this what you're trying to tell me?
What?
That you want an inspirational quote because I've been dropping little things on my story here now and then.
No. It's just no. It's
No.
because I've just been curious. We've asked every single person that we've had in the
Mhm.
studio so far what their motivational or inspirational quote is, and I thought, why not?
Yeah.
Give the listeners a.
Well, we know Pat's is drink coffee, eat drink, get coffee. Yeah.
No. Anyway, that is just about it. This has been another episode of the Winning Edge Sports Podcast. You can follow us on our social media on Instagram at the Winning Edge Sports Podcast. And you can check us out on YouTube and Spotify at the Winning Edge Sports Podcast.
Also, one more last shout out. If you've been staying along for this long, thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening through for all of our listeners so far over the first 8 episodes. If you haven't already, make sure to follow and subscribe.
Yes.
That sounds really cringy.
Ready?
But
And click the notification bell when we ever repost.
you will be sharing live Olympic updates throughout the next couple of weeks.
Yeah,
So-
stories will be bombarded. But
Yeah. Make sure that you check out our Instagram for all of that. Apart from that, this has been Patrick and Aiden with the
Ep 8.
with episode 8 of the Winning Edge Sports Podcast. Thank you.